Good morning. It's Wednesday, October 5th. It's 4:40 in the morning. I left my house a couple of minutes ago to start driving north. My goal is to make it at least to North Carolina. I'm aiming for Charlotte tonight or this afternoon. So I've got about anywhere between 8 to 10 hours of driving, probably more like 10 to 12 hours of driving. I was going to leave a little later, but I woke up early at 4 o'clock, so I decided to get going. I'm driving up to the Woods Hole weekend. It's going to be a weekend where there's going to be a lot of presentations on hiking, with the aim or focus being long distance hiking, and with an emphasis on doing a through hike of the Appalachian Trail, which I have thought and dreamed about doing for quite some time. So it's still obviously dark outside and I've got a lot of miles to go. I'm hoping I can make it there safely. I'm hoping traffic won't be a problem, weather won't be an issue. The vehicle I'm using is one of my older used cars that I have. Don't usually take it on long trips, and I'm hoping, and I believe it'll be okay, but you never know until you're there. So we'll see how this works out. I'll check in a little later. Got a lot of miles to do. It's about 6:45 now, so I've been driving about 2 hours. I stopped and got gas already once, just as a precaution to make sure I can have ample fuel. I don't know if fuel is going to be an issue driving north. And I've got about 570 so miles left to go today. So looking actually good when you look at the big picture. It's like hiking to me. I like to get the miles done early. So I'm hoping to be somewhere around Charlotte by 2 o'clock, maybe 2:30, even 3 at the latest. I'll probably stop a couple of times. I'll definitely have to get gas again, and obviously bathroom, maybe even food. So we'll see. I'm waiting for the sun to come up. The sky's just beginning to lighten up a little bit. Sunrise, I think, is in about 35 minutes or so. So I'll be glad for that. Good morning. Well, I've been driving about 7 hours now, I think, and I made it to South Carolina. I stopped here at the rest stop, made my first pit stop, and I've stopped for gas also as well previously. There's a family back there. I don't want to do it. It's about 11:30 now, so I'm looking at probably another 3, maybe 3.5 hours driving to reach Charlotte, where I believe I'm probably going to stay tonight. And that's what it's looking at. I'll stop there. It's been enough. That would be a long day, probably about 11 hours of driving. So just as people keep walking around, I'm trying not to film other people. So that's it. So I'll keep you updated on what I'm doing. Well, it's about 3:30. I just arrived in Charlotte at the REI. So after about just under 11 hours of driving, I made it here. I'm going to go in, hopefully not spend too much money, look around, and then I'm going to try and find a hotel. Check in again later. Well, I walked around for about 25-30 minutes in the store. Didn't buy too much, just bought a meal to try and 2 basically beef jerky sticks. So it's pretty good. I got it out of there cheap. Saw a lot of things I liked, but nothing I decided to buy. So I'm going to try and search around now online, see if I can find a hotel, and then see if I can check in. We'll go from there. Well, it's 5 o'clock. I'm checked in to the hotel. This is the same hotel I stayed at when I was here a couple of years ago. I took a wilderness first aid class in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's the closest major city to where I did the training. So I stayed here for, I think it was 2 or 3 nights. And then I think I went to do a hike on a trail or something. I can't remember, to be honest with you. but I had been here before. It coincided with the trip I was doing. It might have been the Foothills Trail. I might have stayed here and then driven to the Foothills Trail. But I stayed here for the weekend and did the training. And it was like 2 days. So I was here for 3 days, 2 nights actually, I think. And the third night, I think I went to another hotel. So anyway, I repacked my bag. I did buy 2 liters of water. I don't know if I'll need them, but I figured I'll take them with me just in case. I can always leave them in my car and not bring them with me. I also brought a little extra food, as you saw at REI. And I stopped off at Target over here, which is right near the hotel. It's in the same area as REI is, and that's where I bought the water. And I also bought a snack or two, which I don't know. I don't think it'll make it to the trail, but you never know. So I'll have with me. I weighed my pack. Without my pack, I was just under 15 pounds. That was before I left. As I'm here now, I took out my clothes. I put some clothes in there that I'm going to bring with me. So I have my jacket, my fleece jacket I'm going to bring. I actually brought my puffy. I don't think I'll need it, but I threw it in there anyway. It doesn't weigh very much. But with my pack as it is now, and this is how I'm going to take it on the trail, it has everything in it that I'm going to need except for what I'm wearing, including the fleece jacket, because I won't be wearing that. I did bring my Garmin InReach so I can check in with home. When it's only a day or so that we'll be out there, I just like to get in the habit of doing it. I think I'm going to try to bring that all the time. One of my regrets I have on the trip I just did out in California was that I didn't bring it. It would have been nice to have. I would have liked to have been able to, every once in a while, just check on my home. So, but that's not a necessity. I mean, I'm fine if I don't, but it does make me feel better. And obviously, psychologically, it helps to have that link to home. So that was good. Altogether, though, I weighed 19.04 pounds. So pretty much 19 pounds. That's with 2 liters of water. I do have a 1 liter empty bottle that if, I don't know if we'll be able to get water. I'm assuming we are because there's a waterfall there. But I also brought my water purification. I brought my filter with me. So if I don't need it, I'll leave it back there. But it's not a big deal for me to carry, 20 pounds, 21 pounds even. After what I did a month ago. Although I have not really exercised much. I came home, I've been slacking, have not been exercising, haven't been running. I ran twice, I think, since I came home and haven't been doing much of anything else. None of the carrying the pack, the rucking. I've really been a slug since I came back. So hopefully when I get back from this trip, though, I'm going to kick it up a little bit and try to start running again. I have a 10K to do next month toward the middle of the month. I think the weekend of the 19th or 20th, I have a 10K to run. So I was going to try and jog it. I think I can still do it, but I've really slowed down. I noticed when I came back from the trip, I lost probably my miles were 2 minutes slower. And now it's probably even worse. So I'm going to have to really try to do that. And I'll probably try to kick it back up to 4 days a week and maybe do some carrying of the pack or the weights on the other days off. So that's it. I'm just waiting. I did reach out to one of the presenters, Steve, Mighty Blue, who I went to California with, and I'm waiting to see. He's also coming to this town and staying here. I don't know if we're going to hook up or not to eat. So I'm waiting for him to get in touch with me. He had pretty much a little longer drive, and he takes a little more time. I left earlier than expected. I was planning on 6 or 7. So I didn't think I'd get here till later, but I'm actually here earlier. So I just reached out to him, texted him, let him know I was in town already. And I managed to walk into this hotel and get a hotel. Rate could have been a bit better, but it's not that bad. So on par with what I kind of expected. I would have liked to have saved a little bit of money, but it is what it is. So that's it. So I'm just waiting around. If I don't hear from him or I do hear from Steve, I'll either be meeting him or not. And I'll go downstairs and get some dinner either way. One way or another, so I'll eat, and that's it. And tonight, just come back up here. Hopefully, I won't repack my stuff again. It's possible. I probably will. I noticed I put my liner inside out, so not the end of the world. It's not a big deal. But if I take everything out, I can adjust it. If I don't, it'll work fine just the way it is. If anything, I'll do it the first night on the trail. The rest of the night, I think I'm just staying in the bunkhouse, so I won't really need my tent and all my gear, and I'll have my car there, so I can always put stuff in the car. I'm assuming the car will be close by, except for the night we're camping, which is just the first night where you do a hike and then you hike back in the morning. So, but I do need to make sure I have eat before I go, and I have dinner now. which I brought extra because it wasn't very clear. But in speaking with Steve, it was explained to me that dinner's on your own. So just in case some people didn't bring, I know he said he's going to bring extra as well. I'll have an extra meal. I didn't plan on taking it with me, some of the weight. I actually just want to try it out. But I have enough food for me and some snacks. So if I really need to, I will be okay. For breakfast in the morning, I probably won't eat much. I'll just have a couple of snacks. And that should take me back to the car. And then we drive to the hostel and we stay there for the remainder of the weekend, which is Friday, Saturday, and pretty much till lunch on Sunday. And then I'll probably hit the road and start heading back. Up in the air what I'm doing, if I'm heading straight home, if I'm heading to do another trail, a small trail, a day hike basically, or I may be going to meet a friend and then head home. So we'll see. Good morning. It's Thursday morning. Went to sleep early last night. I guess I was tired since I've been up since 4 a.m. the previous day, and I did that long drive. Basically about almost 11 hours driving, and then went out and had dinner. I did meet Steve and two other people. One of the other ones will be a presenter at the Woods Hole weekend, so it was good to see them in advance. I had a great dinner. I did have a drink though, which I usually don't. So actually I had two, which I usually don't have. I don't usually drink alcohol that much. So came home, I guess I was a little tired. Took a shower and pretty much went to bed early, like around 10 o'clock, which for me is very early. And hadn't really slept the night before, I guess, because I was all looking forward to the trip. So it was good. I slept last night close to 8 hours. I woke up around 4 and tossed and turned, but I didn't get out of bed until 6. And here I am dressed and ready to go at 6:30 now. I'm going to go down, have breakfast. I have about a 2.5 to 3 hour drive. So I need to be at the hostel by 12. I'll be there early, as usual for me. And so I figure I have plenty of time. I can take my time and leisurely head off that way. I'm going to go look to see what they have for breakfast here, make it work, and then I'll probably hit the road, get some gas, and start the drive. So I'll be there in plenty of time. Of course, I couldn't help myself last night. I did go through my bag. I turned that liner inside out, took everything out, put everything back in. I added an extra 700 milliliters of water. My pack is now weighing 22.7 pounds. I'm rounding up. It's actually a little less than that, but that's not bad. But I have everything in there, including my cables, my battery, a knife now. I added extra clothes to sleep in. So it's pretty much, I'm ready just to pick it up and walk out. So it's a little heavier than I'd like it to be, but it's not that bad considering what I know I can carry. And in this pack though, I try to keep it, around the 25-pound range or so. I've gone up to like 28, 29, probably even 30, but it doesn't sit as well, and I start getting friction, either a blister or a red mark or a rub from the way it sits. It just really sags down. It's not made for that kind of weight. So if it was using that weight, I would bring my other bag, the Osprey, the one I took on the TSX challenge, which I thought about bringing. It is a larger bag, but this one's much lighter. So I figured that was a better move. So I could easily probably cut out 5 pounds from my thing. I'm bringing some snacks and food that I really don't need to, but I'm having them just in case I need them or someone else does. So that's it. So I'm gonna go grab some breakfast, come back up, probably grab my stuff, check out, and hit the road. Check in later. 7:20. I'm checked out. I'm in my car. It's quite chilly outside. It's about 51 degrees, I think they're saying now. So enjoying the cool weather. I walked out with no jacket on, just a long sleeve shirt, and it's pretty comfortable. I added some more stuff to my pack, so I'm probably at 20. What did I say I was? 22 point something. I'm probably at 23 pounds. I put an orange in there, and so we'll see. It's a third of a pound. I don't know. It's probably less, but whatever. I'm sub 23 pounds. Have too much food, too much water, but that's okay. I usually do carry too much stuff, so if I need to, I can drop that or get rid of it. I'll probably go through my pack again at the trailhead before we leave. Maybe I'll drop some stuff, but I'll probably just carry it with me. It's not going to make a difference. Ready to go. I'm going to start my drive. If I leave now, I'll be there around 10 o'clock. So I'll have 2 hours to kill. I like getting there early, but even for me, that's too early. So I'll probably take my time. Maybe I'll stop somewhere. I'm definitely going to get some gas. I got coffee from the hotel, which was actually pretty good. Breakfast, not so good. Eggs were actually better than expected, but the potatoes and the biscuit, even the gravy, to me was off. What do I know? I just know what I like. So, not bad. It wasn't bad, but it just wasn't good. So, I probably might have been better going to get some breakfast, but it was fast, easy, and it's included with the room, so it didn't cost me anything extra. I guess I paid for it with the room. So, in that way, it's convenient. So, I'm going to hit the road. Check in later. So at about 1:15, we took off and started hiking. And so this is the trail. I guess we're going to an area called Kimberly Creek, and then we're going to be joining the AT. Met several of the participants. There's I guess 5 or 6 that are camping with us, with the majority joining us tomorrow at Weary Feet Hostel. So we met each other briefly, had lunch. It was too much food. Hopefully I'll work some of it off on this hike. It's only about 2 miles, so I don't know about that. I don't think I'll be starving later. But at least we're going. Well, I'm a little further down the trail, maybe another minute or two, and you can see the creek and hear the water. Coming to a little bridge.
Yeah, it was an awesome site, and we had all the packs, and we did a 9-day raft trip from there. 9 days, and it was amazing.
I've been a 6 days and 5 nights in the Grand Canyon. We got up there like 11. Finished at 9 or 10.
Somebody's going to start bouncing, I know it.
It's a bunch of bees, right? Yes? Been walking just under an hour. Did about 1.8 miles, so I have less than 2/10 of a mile to go. Been fairly easy, a little up and down. Mostly moderate changes in elevation, so it hasn't been that challenging at all. But it is getting warm out here, obviously, with the exertion and the heat of the day. 2:15, so it's been almost an hour. And should be coming up on the falls if it's true to the 2-mile mark. But other than that, it's been a nice walk in the woods. Now, I'm glad I'm not carrying that right now. So I'm walking along, getting close to the river. I can hear it. And you can see we're going through its tunnel of green. So other than that, it's a fairly nice walk. We're going down now, obviously, to where the river is. And then I guess they say it's a little down to where the falls are. It's on a side trail. So, but the trail's been pretty well maintained. It's not overgrown. There's a couple of roots to watch out for, but other than that, it's a nice, easy hike. So after about an hour and a half or an hour and 35 minutes, depending on what you believe, either 2.2 or 3.1 miles, we arrived over here at Dismal Falls. Haven't gone to see the fall yet, but I'm set up my tent. There's my tent set up. I'm going to throw my pack in there. I'm going to walk down to the falls and see what I can see. I'm just worried. We're all kind of close together, so hopefully not too much snoring will be going on. And we'll see how that works out. So I'm walking down the trail. I'm going to go take a look at the falls. After all, we're here at Dismal Falls. Might as well see them. Hope I'm going the right way and I can find my way back. Next priority will be bathroom, finding a place. Unfortunately, I got a lot of people around me, so I'll probably have to venture off a little bit. But I do have trees behind me, so in the middle of the night, if I need to go, I think I'll be okay. I did forget to bring a bottle for nighttime use, so that'll be an issue. I can hear the falls. I can hear the falls, so I know I'm getting close. Oh, here's a stream off to the right. So I guess if you need to get water, you can come here. Let's go see what we can see. Just beautiful here. I'd like to go downstream a little bit and get more of a picture. But here's the falls from the top. Not much. So here I am at Dismal Falls. It's about 3:25 now. I've set up my tent, have our campsite set. I just came down here because I wanted to see the falls. Obviously, this is the reason I'm here. In this area, I guess this is the attraction. We're here. So if you need to get water, you can get water here. I did bring a liter, 1.7, so I'm pretty good, I think, for tonight. I don't think I'll need to get water and filter at all. But if I need to, obviously, you just got to walk down the hill a little bit, come to the river, and go back up. I should be good. I'm going to head back up to the campsite. We're supposed to have a presentation now, Leave No Trace, from someone from the ATC. And I don't know what time that is, if that's 3:30 or 4 o'clock or very soon. I was just talking to her briefly. She showed me the trail down here. So she's very familiar with the area. So came here. I'm going to take a couple more pictures and then I'm going to head back up. Hello, just want to give a brief recap of our day today, which is day 1. So, according to my watch, we did 3.14 miles. According to my Garmin InReach, we did 2.2 miles. We went up about 673 feet, and it took about an hour and 35 minutes to do that. We came here to Dismal Falls, we got some downtime, we set up, And then after we set up, we had a little presentation put on by the Ridge Runner from the ATC. This is their area. And they did a Leave No Trace presentation, which was good. I'm obviously very aware of Leave No Trace, but it was nice to have a refresher. And each person has their own points. And what I really liked about it was the fact that I was getting feedback or input from a ridge runner who sees a lot of the mistakes and errors that hikers are actually doing out here. So I thought that was good. After that, we came back up to where we had set up our tents earlier, and we had a little presentation on water purification and filtering, different methods, methods people use, and different products. So did see one product I've never heard of before, which was interesting as well. It's another type of filter. And then from there, we did a brief stove cooking discussion. I wouldn't say it was really a demonstration or anything. And then a fire starting demonstration. And everybody cooked or made their own food using their stoves. And then after that, we basically just had a brief discussion about various things, what's coming up, hammocks, all different things, all different products. And that's it. So it's about 8:30 now. 8:40 now. And everyone's kind of gone off to sleep. So I took a couple of photos and I wrote down some stuff and decided to shoot this video. So I'm going to try and go to sleep as well. And see what day 2 brings. Till we meet again.